Every single part of Dragon Ball, from the original to Dragon Ball Z to Super to Daima to even GT, they have all had transformations. That's a massive part of what Dragon Ball is. They fight stronger opponents, bigger action sequences, bigger key attacks, and of course, new shiny forms. Almost everybody's gotten new forms except for humans, even Namekians, Half Saiyans, and so on. Well, Goku has always had a lot of forms, all the way from Super Saiyan to Ultra Instinct. Now, of course, we only know the multipliers officially from Super Saiyan 1 to 3. There have been a lot of speculations to what the multipliers past that are, but that's a whole other video. But what if Goku was able to enhance these multipliers? As what I mean is if Goku trains in these forms, and he learns to utilize these forms and train them, he can increase the multiplier. Now, we all know that the only multipliers that we know about officially are Great Ape, which is times 10, Super Saiyan, which is times 50, Super Saiyan 2, which is 100, and Super Saiyan 3, which is 400 times base. Now, we do know about Kaioken, which is a times 20, but that is more of a technique, not a form, so that will not be added. But that's the only official ones that we know about. Imagine if Goku could actually train these forms, to where maybe when he unlocks Super Saiyan, Goku's able to push this form and he's able to train it. And then when he does so, it evolves and grows stronger. We have seen some forms of this with Ascended Super Saiyan, where they push the power of Super Saiyan further, gaining a slight multiplier. Or you could say with Mastered Super Saiyan, they're able to get a slight multiplier using the full power of Super Saiyan, even with Super Saiyan Blue and so on. But now, what if Goku could basically grow these non-stop? How strong would Goku become? Could Goku just train Super Saiyan and get a 100 million multiplier? Theoretically, he could, but that wouldn't really make a story. Now, I'm not going to go crazy and state that when Goku unlocks Super Saiyan, let's say he trains during Yardrat, that Goku would instantly become the most OP character in the entire show, to where he one-shots Beerus because he trains the form. That wouldn't make a lot of sense. But that's enough of my yammering, just for some explanation. I hope you all do enjoy the what if. If you guys have liked my what if so far, and you enjoy the content that you see on my channel, please hit the like button and subscribe, as I'm trying to break 50,000 subscribers by the end of this year. We can do it. Thank you all so much for the support. Get this video to 400 likes. If it reaches 400 likes, I shall continue on to the next part of this series. Thank you all so much for the support. You guys are the best. Now, the majority of Dragon Ball goes practically the same, as Goku never really trained in his Great Ape state. He could never really control it. So yes, Bardock would have still sacrificed his life, and of course Goku would have been sent to Earth, as remember, this is only when he unlocks his true transformation. Now, of course, Bulma was on her summer vacation searching for the Dragon Balls. She would have still met Goku, and they still would have went on their little adventure, meeting Master Roshi, the turtle, finding the flying Nimbus, and of course meeting Yamcha and Oolong and so on. Now, most of the training would have gone similar for Goku. Not much of the story would have really changed for him past this point. Now, of course, Goku would have still defeated Demon King Piccolo, and he would have still won the World Martial Arts Tournament. He still would have trained under Kami, and yes, Goku still would have married under Chi-Chi, and they still would have had their son Gohan. Now, this does mean that Raditz would still show up just like before, and Goku would unfortunately pass during the battle with Raditz, sacrificing himself so he can go to King Kai's world. Now, once when he does this, he would hike the whole way there, somehow not failing, and he would be able to unlock Kaioken. Now, I'm going to remind you again, Kaioken is not a form, it's a technique. So, unfortunately, that's not going to work. He can still learn the form and boost it times 20 later down the line, but past that, unfortunately, he can't go much higher than that, so it's not a form. Well, Goku would have still arrived back in time, or did he? Unfortunately, he was too late, and Nappa pretty much killed most of his friends alongside the Cybermen. Goku would have still fought Vegeta, and he would have pretty easily overpowered Vegeta until Vegeta goes into his Great Ape state. And Vegeta would have absolutely annihilated Goku. Luckily, though, Goku, with the help of his friends, was able to use the Spirit Bomb and defeat Vegeta with the help of Yajirobe, surprisingly, as he cut Vegeta's tail off, and Vegeta would have been defeated. But now, of course, since Vegeta was defeated, Goku would have still spared his life. Since remember, Goku doesn't really see Vegeta as that terrible. He always likes giving second chances, for some reason. Well, since this is when Vegeta would then leave and arrive on planet Frieza 79. Now, by this point, Bulma, Gohan, and Krillin would then land on Namek. Now, Vegeta would then head his way there already as he was on the search. So this was more of the Dragon Ball hunt, as then you would then have Vegeta getting ready to fight Kui. He would have defeated him. And then this is when Goku, by this point, would have then finally left for Namek. And even Piccolo, Tien, and Chaozu and Yamcha would also arrive at King Kai's planet to begin their training. Now, this is when Vegeta would steal a Dragon Ball from the Namekian village, and Zarbon would have defeated Vegeta during their match, as Zarbon can transform, and Vegeta didn't know that. This is also how Vegeta knew that Frieza can also transform further, since Zarbon spoiled it for him. Now, once when Vegeta was fully healed, he would then break out and trick Frieza, stealing all 5 of his Dragon Balls. Now, Vegeta gets a massive Zenkai. Once we fight Zarbon again, he would easily defeat him. Now, on Frieza's orders, the Ginyu Force will begin heading their way towards Namek. Now, Goku finally completes his training under 100 times normal Earth's gravity, and he would then finally start making his way there. Now, of course, the Ginyu Force would soon arrive, and then Goku would finally arrive on Namek. Now, during the ensuing battles, Vegeta would kill pretty much all the members of the Ginyu Force except Captain Ginyu. But now, of course, you remember, though, Guldo was only one of them. Raccoon was kind of too OP, so Vegeta would have lost. Goku would have helped them. Captain Ginyu would have exchanged bodies with Goku. They would have changed it back with a frog. The Namekian Dragon Balls would have been used to wish Piccolo back to life, and then bring him back to Namek. Now, Guru didn't pass away, and then you would then have Frieza go on his menacing mode, as he was furious that they undertook him. Now, the match between Goku and Frieza would practically go the same, since, remember, Goku doesn't have Super Saiyan yet, so pretty much Goku would have been overpowered by Frieza, no matter what he did. Even the Kaioken technique had no chance. The Spirit Bomb, they found out that it didn't work. But the pivotal point of this what if will change when, yes, Goku transforms into a Super Saiyan. Now, as we have stated before, Goku needs to train this form to be able to utilize it. So Goku would have still fought Frieza, they would have gone back and forth. Goku was easily overpowering Frieza in their initial fight, and Frieza would have then gone 100%. It would have been a little bit more even, but the problem was, Frieza was losing energy fast. Frieza would then run out of energy, and Goku would have easily overpowered Frieza and defeated him. The biggest pivotal point for this what if would definitely be during the Yardrat arc. Goku would have still escaped around the same time as he originally did, barely escaping Namek in time. He would have arrived on planet Yardrat, and this is where we're going to see a big change in the story with Goku, which is very late in the story to a degree. I know it's still an early Z in a way, but still, that's a lot of what if that we kind of skipped over. But it's under 10 minutes, that's not too bad. Now, Goku would begin his training under the Yardrat people to basically learn how to control his Super Saiyan power. He would have also learned how to unlock Super Saiyan. And with Super Saiyan, he would have also tried to learn how to unlock instant transmission as well, which he would have been able to do with some difficulty, but he figured it out. Now, one thing that Goku realizes is, while true, he is getting stronger because he's training, but once when he knows how to turn into Super Saiyan, which will be near the end of his training, when he trains in Super Saiyan, he realizes that the form itself, the multiplier and the boost that it's giving him is only increasing. So Goku would realize that if I train this form, it's going to evolve like I will. That's interesting. And even the Yardrat people would state that from your base form when you first went Super Saiyan was a 50 times boost to your energy that we can sense. But now that you've trained in it briefly for the past couple of months, it's now increased to 55 times. And they state that the more that you train this form, maybe the higher that multiplier will go, making the form even stronger. So now Goku has a new goal that he now knows that he needs to basically master and learn. So, once when Goku then learns about this, he will continue his training for the next month or so, but his multiplier will be at around 60 times, which is, if you think about it, is 10 times higher. So that's a big buff if you think about it. It's roughly around the same strength as Ascended Super Saiyan, as Ascended Super Saiyans is around 55 to 60 times. Super Saiyan Grade 3 is roughly around 65 to 70, but you have all the strength, but you have no speed, and your stamina is horrendous. So that's why Super Saiyan 2 outclasses the other forms, because you have the power, more of it, but you still keep speed. So power levels by this point is pretty irrelevant. So now this is when Goku would then head back to Earth, and it'll be the same time. Now Trunks would have still defeated Frieza, just like the original, since Goku did not kill him fully, and they would have been waiting for Goku. Goku would have still met Trunks, and they would have had their little match. The one difference is Goku is slightly stronger. Now we don't know the actual power levels for how strong Goku was when he got back, but even if you wanted to lowball it, if Goku had a power level of around 4 million, which is lowballing starting he would get a Zenkai, even at a power level of 4 million, if he went Super Saiyan like the original, it'll be around 200 million. But if Goku actually used his new multiplier now, which is about 60 times, his multiplier and his new power level will be 240 to 250 million, which might seem like not much of a big increase, but it actually is if you think about it, in terms of the scaling for the Dragon Ball Z arc. So it's actually a pretty big scale bump. And they would just be more shocked with how strong he is. Like, Trunks feels confident that Goku could actually beat the androids of his time. He feels pretty confident. Because remember, even Gohan was actually able to fight the androids pretty decently one-on-one. And Gohan was stated to be many times stronger than Frieza. And by many times, or you could say multiple times, multiple can be twice. So if Gohan was over 200 million as a Super Saiyan, and he was able to fight the androids pretty decently 1v1, it's when they tag team is when he gets overwhelmed because their power is too high and they also fight perfectly. That's when they get overwhelmed. Well, if these androids are stronger, well, Trunks thinks that Goku can probably fight alongside. He even states that his power is even surpassing that of his master Gohan's. It's incredible. Well, Trunks would then bid Goku farewell after explaining about the androids and the heart medicine and everything, explaining that they have 3 years for the androids would then arrive. So, after they would then leave, they would then begin their training, as it was still Goku and Gohan and Piccolo continuing their training. Now, Goku would then explain to Piccolo about the multiplier. He would explain to Piccolo that if he can help Gohan unlock Super Saiyan, with Gohan's already natural potential, Gohan could even surpass him easily. And then this could be a great idea, as Piccolo thinks, well, maybe we can try to help Gohan unlock Super Saiyan, but it's not a guarantee though. So they would then spend the next 3 years trying to help Piccolo and Gohan catch up, but also try to help Gohan try and unlock Super Saiyan. And Gohan was actually able to. Early. Gohan was able to tap into Super Saiyan a couple of months before the androids originally would arrive, but it was only slightly and for a period of time. He hasn't mastered Super Saiyan at all, but he can tap into it with high difficulty, and it's really hard for him to control. Goku has been spending his time actually learning to pretty much use Super Saiyan. Now that he has this new revelation about Super Saiyan, he knows that that's the new way to train, even stated by the Yardratian people. So Goku would actually stay in Super Saiyan a lot more, using it, training in it, getting a lot more powerful, so his multiplier will be way higher. Now, of course, we can jump into conclusions with how high it would be after 3 years of training, but we'll digress. Now, Goku originally, once when they met up, they would then all go meet the androids. It was originally Dr. Gero and Android 19. Now, once when they do meet up, this is when one of the biggest changes will occur, is when Goku does go Super Saiyan. Now, mind you, Goku is still sick. Or is he? If you guys remember, Goku didn't really use Super Saiyan at all during the 3 years of training, and the heart virus was still festering at that time. The heart virus was starting to take effect, especially when he went Super Saiyan. It really enhanced the effect of the heart virus. What I think would happen is if Goku was staying in Super Saiyan for all those 3 years, training in it, getting stronger, by this point he would have also mastered it as well, pretty much being able to keep it almost as a base form. I think that the power of the Super Saiyan would enhance the heart virus even further. What I mean is, even if it's by a couple of days, Goku would have had the heart virus earlier. But Goku would have been out of commission. But Goku was only out of commission for just a few days, and then Goku was back and ready to go. Even if you say it was a week earlier, because he was in and out of Super Saiyan for over 3 years, training in it, which would only enhance the disease of the heart virus, accelerating it, Goku would have the heart virus early. Now, he was out of commission before the next couple days where the androids would arrive, but a couple days before the androids do arrive, Goku's heart virus was cured and he felt a lot better. So Goku was more than ready now that that was done. So when Goku does arrive to fight Dr. Gero and Android 19, he's not sick anymore and he's at his full strength. That's one of the biggest changes to the Cell arc. Goku was knocked out of commission, and this is when some mistakes were made between Vegeta and Trunks, who were fighting alongside the androids, and so on and so forth. So Goku now being stronger than ever, Goku's absurdly strong. And remember, Goku's base form could roughly be pretty similar to what it originally was, but the biggest thing is the multiplier boost that he would get from that power. So, when Goku does transform into a Super Saiyan versus Android 19, everybody was shocked, well, except Gohan and Piccolo, with how strong Goku has actually become. Now, in terms of multipliers, this is where it can get messy, because we know that originally Goku trained for about a year, and he basically got a 10 times buff. So Goku trained for 3, that would pretty much be 30 times increase to a Super Saiyan. So it would roughly increase his Super Saiyan from being 50, or originally 60 after we were done with the Yardrat, to basically being about 90 times. But just to make it an even number, and make it as strong as Super Saiyan 2, we're going to say that it's 100 times boost, meaning that it is as strong as a Super Saiyan 2 transformation, which is absurdly busted, because imagine if Goku does go Super Saiyan 2. Also to remind you, what if Goku goes Super Saiyan 2 with the Super Saiyan multiplier? Would it be weaker or would it be stronger? Well, I've actually given that some thought. Well, if Goku's form that he trains, the form by itself, I think what'll make it really interesting is if the form initially is weaker. Now hear me out though. Goku trains this one form to be super powerful, such as Super Saiyan, right? It's a 50 times boost. But it takes him an extremely long time to even get it to the next level like Super Saiyan 2. It took him about 4+ years of training to get Super Saiyan to Super Saiyan 2 level. But now when he goes Super Saiyan 2, it's the same exact boost as Super Saiyan. And Super Saiyan would actually have a better ki control since Goku's more used to the form. But now imagine Goku puts years into that Super Saiyan 2 transformation. That's when it'll easily outclass Super Saiyan, and it's even better, such as Super Saiyan 3, and so on and so forth. So if Goku continued training Super Saiyan and he didn't look past Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan could have actually been stronger than Super Saiyan 2, which sounds weird, and that doesn't really make a lot of sense relatively, but we're changing the whole aspect of how forms actually works in this what if. If you do not train your power of that form itself, it will be stronger or weaker than the other one. So that's the reason why. So Super Saiyan 1 and 2 are actually equal right now. And Goku could be looking for a stronger transformation to maybe increase the boost of it, but that's really up there, as Goku is pushing Super Saiyan to be as strong as he can. Now, there is no actual limit to pushing Super Saiyan, but as of right now, Goku is reaching a limit with Super Saiyan with how hard he can push it, as he's still continuing to train, but the growth with how strong he can get in that form is starting to waver slightly. He knows that there's a way to evolve the form, but we'll get into that one later. Now back to when he fights Android 19, Goku would easily overpower Android 19. It is a landslide victory. Even if Vegeta did show up, Goku's way stronger than Vegeta. Even if Vegeta had a similar power to Goku, Goku's twice the strength of Vegeta by this point, so Vegeta would have been overpassed. Vegeta probably would have wanted to fight Goku. What I think that could happen here to still get the androids activated is when Goku easily defeated Android 19, and then they turn their sights on Dr. Gero. Vegeta would then stop them, and he challenges Kakarot to a match right now. And he explains that let the android go, they're Super Saiyans, they don't really care anyway. Now Goku's holding back by this point, as Vegeta would then battle Goku. Their battle would be very intense, as of course Vegeta here is pretty powerful. He's able to actually fight Goku pretty well, and really push Goku further than I think Goku's ever been pushed before. And this really shocks Goku with how powerful Vegeta actually is. Now, one thing that I will say could happen is while Dr. Gero would then see this opportunity, he would then shoot a ki blast towards the ground, making dust go everywhere, and it would then cause the Z Fighters to then lose track of him. Now Piccolo would still have his little match against Dr. Gero, but he would still be able to escape. While Vegeta was still battling Goku, Goku was having an intense match with Vegeta. The two were then trading blows back and forth, as it was a very intense fight, as what else is Goku to do, as he doesn't want to completely destroy Vegeta, but Vegeta's kind of losing himself with Super Saiyan power, as he thinks that he's the Prince of all Saiyans once again, blah blah blah, all that jumping forward, as you know Vegeta's ego was bigger than ever when he unlocked Super Saiyan. But now Goku would see that they don't have enough time for this, as then he would then realize as there's a massive explosion far off, he would then sense that his friends are in trouble, since it was the androids. Trunks was already trying to fight the androids, but they were easily tossed them aside. 18 was absolutely annihilating everybody, and 16 was just looking at birds. Goku would then tell Vegeta that they need to stop fighting and they need to go help their friends, but Vegeta doesn't care. He only cares about beating Kakarot right then and now. Vegeta would then fire his signature move, the Big Bang attack, right at Goku. Goku would then have enough and he would power up to his full strength, being over twice the strength of Vegeta now, and completely slapping away the Big Bang attack. Vegeta was shocked to see where this power came from. As he would start attacking Goku, Goku was just standing there tanking the attacks like it was nothing. Goku would then easily overpower Vegeta, annihilating him in their fight, but the powerful kick would send Vegeta through multiple rock pillars, making it crash down. Now, Vegeta's not one to give up. He would continue trying to attack Goku, but Goku was easily catching his fist, and he would tell Vegeta to calm down, or else he will knock him out. Now, Vegeta's not listening, and he would then try to fire multiple Big Bang attacks at Goku. Goku would then fire a Kamehameha, hitting the multiple Big Bang attacks, but it would overpower them and hit Vegeta, knocking him unconscious. Goku would then catch Vegeta and set him down nicely, and then this is when Goku would then fly full speed towards his friends. Now, when Goku does arrive, he notices that his friends are already badly wounded via the androids. The androids are absurdly powerful. Now, Goku is worried though, as what is he going to do since they can't sense the androids' energy? They don't know where they are. The androids are gone. But now Trunks would then realize that there might be something in the lab, but most of the lab was destroyed, but there might be something in there that they can use to maybe try and stop the androids. And Goku would then go search for the androids on his own, flying around, as they couldn't have gotten too far, as they weren't really trying to run away. The androids were just minding their own business, waving around. Well, Goku would then find them near the nearest city that was nearby, a couple miles down the road. Now, the androids were not actually attacking anybody as Goku was watching. Goku was concealing his energy so the androids couldn't sense him. Goku was seeing that the androids weren't really doing anything. True, they broke into a little store and they stole some new clothing, but that's not the end of the world. But the androids haven't attacked a single person. They've even spared a few. They're not as evil as Goku thinks they are. I mean, true, they're kind of doing whatever they want, but they're looking for him, right? So he'll get them away from the city. That's the best option. And maybe he'll give them a chance, as they don't seem as evil as Trunks says they were. And this is when Trunks would then fly up to Goku, and the androids would then sense that Trunks was there, as Trunks was not as careful to hide his energy. They would then turn and see Goku and Trunks there. Now, 16 was already walking towards Goku, getting ready to fight him. Trunks would explain that these androids are a little different. They spared us, and they didn't even try killing us. They are a lot different than the other androids. The other ones in my timeline, they're pure evil, and they killed for the fun of it. These ones are different. Maybe they're not as evil as Dr. Gero said they were. But I don't know. I still think that they should be destroyed. Now, this is when Android 16 would then walk right past 17 and 18, who were confused on what he's doing. Goku was ready to fight. Now, Goku was pretty powerful. Android 16 is a different animal. Android 16 is absolutely ridiculous when it comes to power, as he was actually able to fight off First Form Cell. And First Form Cell is actually a lot more powerful than Android 17 and 18. And Piccolo was easily overpowered. Now, mind you though, Piccolo did have stamina issues. That's a whole different story. Now, Piccolo at this point knows that he can't really help out that much. He's kind of useless. I think he would have still gone over to Kami's lookout to maybe fuse with Kami and fly back to help Goku. Now, when Piccolo does this, I think this is when we would have Piccolo, continue to do his thing. This is when I think Cell would still appear, and Cell was heading his way towards Goku and the others as he could sense their power. And Piccolo would have still fought Cell, and Cell would have still escaped as he would have used the Solar Flare, escaping away. Now, he does know about the healing ability and more, since of course he told Piccolo, and Piccolo knows to fly full speed and head over there. Now, Cell realizes how strong Goku and the others are, and he realizes that he needs to take some time and absorb all these humans first, then he'll go get the android. So Cell would then spend the next couple hours doing his thing. Well, with Goku then battling Android 16, Goku was getting overpowered. Android 16 was a tank almost, just blowing through every attack that he had. While Goku's Super Saiyan multiplier was higher, pushing it, to over 100 times, Android 16 was a different animal. Goku was able to get solid hits and he was able to survive his attacks, but Android 16 was totally different. He was easily overpowering Goku and giving Goku the fight of his life. Now, Android 16 was tasked with defeating Goku. And then this is when I think that Goku would then land very hard into the forest near some animals, and he would then stop Android 16, saying, "Wait, let's not fight here." Android 16 would actually agree and state, "I do not want to hurt life in the animals. My mission is to defeat you, but I will not hurt the animals in life." Goku would then actually speak to 16, using the animals almost to his advantage, since 16 will not attack if there is life nearby. Animals, anything, even trees and etc. He's a tree hugger. We love him. He would explain that, "Listen, you don't need to destroy me. Alright, Dr. Gero is defeated. You defeated him, did you not? You 17 and 18 have defeated him. You can just go on with your lives. Why don't you protect the animals and everything else? I'm not a threat to you. I'm not a threat to anybody else." And Goku explains that we don't need to fight each other. That would just damage the earth and cause more damage to animals. 16 was actually considering it. As Goku would explain that, listen, I am life as well. And what about my friends and everyone else? That's why you didn't attack anybody, didn't you? Because you value all life. Unless under extreme measures. Well, then we don't need to fight then. Alright? There's no need to fight no more. 16 was really considering this, and Goku would state, "Don't be what they made you. You can be different. You can help people, do the right thing, protect life." 16 was really considering this, as 16 was kind of thinking that Goku was right. As while true, Dr. Gero did make him to defeat Goku, Dr. Gero's gone. There is no more Red Ribbon Army. That was the last scientist that was there. Well, from now, he thinks that this fight already proved that fighting will just cause damage to life. So maybe Goku was right. Android 16 would then stop fighting and get back to his normal stance, and he would then explain, "Fine. My mission directive is to now protect life, not fight you anymore." And he would then step behind the androids as he was done. Now, Goku was pretty badly wounded from his fight with 16. 16 could have killed Goku if they wanted to. The androids did team up, Goku would have died. Now, 16 and 17 were kind of confused, but they did listen to Goku's speech, and they explained, "Well, it was our mission to kind of beat you up and kill you, but we weren't even going to kill you, honestly. We probably just would have fought you, because that was our directive. But, I mean, in reality, 18, if you think about it, as this is 17 telling them, 18, if you think about it, our whole mission was under that Dr. Gero guy, but we kind of destroyed him. So what's the point of continuing to attack Goku?" 18 would have agreed. So the androids would then drop their directive of attacking Goku, since why would they need to follow it anymore? Dr. Gero's dead, so they can do their own thing. That's what they were doing anyway. So the androids would then go off to go do their own thing. That would have still happened like the original. Now Goku was pretty badly wounded, and Krillin would have then helped Goku up. And Goku states, "We need to go to Korn's tower to go get some sensu beans." Well, Piccolo is already on the way there, and this is when Piccolo, I believe, would then either speak to Goku on the way there. I don't think so. I think Goku would then head his way towards Kami's lookout, since he's going a different direction. As they were going to Korn's lookout to get some sensu beans, Piccolo would have then met up, and he would have then almost fight Android 17 on the islands just like before. And he would then tell him let's go fight somewhere else. Now, 17 was down to fight, but he explains that they've already dropped their whole mission to kill Goku. They don't want to attack nobody. And Piccolo explains, "How do I know that you're telling the truth?" And I think they would briefly talk instead of fight. I don't think they would really go at it. This is when I think Cell would still appear, as Cell could still sense Piccolo's power nearby. And he was worried about Goku and the others, but now that he saw that Goku was pretty much weakened and he was basically taken away, Piccolo was prime pickings, and the androids was his dessert. He could easily take them down now and trick them. Well, Piccolo was at full strength though, so if him and 17 and the others all teamed up, they could have actually overpowered Cell, and I think they would easily mince Cell up pretty bad. Cell would get pretty overpowered, until Cell would then use the Solar Flare. And this is when Cell would then absorb Android 17, absorbing him. Remember, Cell literally had no choice. If Android 18 and 17 were tag teaming him, he would have been overpowered. On top of Piccolo, on top of Android 16, Cell knew he had to use the Solar Flare technique to blind them, which he did originally, and then that's how he got the upper hand. So yeah, he blinded them all, and he absorbed Android 17. Now that he was in his second form mode, this is when Tien would also appear, and he would also shoot his Tri-Beam. This is when Android 16 would then help 18 get far away from the islands even, far away. And Piccolo and Tien would have actually risked their lives to basically fend off second form Cell. But Cell was furious as the Tri-Beam only held him down for so long. With Piccolo also distracting Cell, Cell would have easily defeated Piccolo, knocking him down, same with Tien. He would then go to look for the androids flying off. Now, he was looking from city to city, trying to find them, as they might be trying to blend in. Since 18 can blend in pretty easily, 16, not as much. But then, this is when the androids would then arrive at Kami's lookout, where Goku just got a sensu beam. As they explain that, well, there's this being named Cell, they would explain all about it, and this is when Piccolo and Tien would have concealed their power. They would have also flown off, and they would have then found their way to Kami's lookout, while Cell is destroying city to city. Cell would even broadcast this on the TV, which is a lot earlier, explaining to them that if they do not bring him his androids, he will destroy city by city. Until he does. He will destroy countries. He'll destroy the whole planet if he wants to. So they know that they need to act quickly as Cell is destroying city by city, causing so much damage. Well, they would then explain that, well, the best way is to get stronger, as they can't fight Cell like they are now. Now, Vegeta and Trunks would have already entered in the Room of Spirit in time, so they're already training. And Goku explains, well, him and Gohan would then go in next. The androids will be safe here if they're hidden inside of Kami's lookout. Cell would not be able to find them. And so that would happen. Also, 18 and Krillin would also get along a little bit faster because they're there for a couple extra days. So Krillin would then watch them to be sure they don't cause any fishy business or anything. So that's where Krillin also starts his romantic side with 18, and they start, getting along. Now, once Vegeta and Trunks do leave out, this is when I think that Vegeta would be so confident he would then go fight Cell alongside with Trunks. Goku and Gohan would then enter in. Now, one thing that I realize is Goku would then ask Mr. Popo, hey, Mr. Popo, just to be sure that the androids are safe, why don't they enter in with me and Gohan? He would then ask the androids, do you guys need food and stuff to survive? And the androids state, theoretically, no. We don't actually really need anything to survive. We can breathe outside space, breathe underwater. The androids don't really need anything. They just kind of eat, and they don't really age either. They just kind of eat for pleasure. So that's all they really do. They just eat because it's nice. And it kind of reminds them of being human. But there's not a necessity. They have infinite energy source. Goku says, well, why don't they come in here? They're the safest away from Cell. And they would then say, are you sure? Weren't those not the 3 people that were trying to kill you and now you brought them in? Goku says, they're fine. So that would happen. So I personally think that especially 18 would definitely go in there, because if Cell absorbs 18, then he becomes into his full power, which is what he stated. And 16 would then go in there to help train Gohan and the others. So it would be Goku, Gohan, 16, and 18. They would all be inside training. Now, all 4 of them would be training. This also means that 18 would also have the bed, so Goku and the others would then all sleep on the floor. Maybe Gohan would probably have a bed too on his own. So Goku and 16 will be sleeping on the floor. But Goku lives in the wild. It doesn't matter anyway. He's used to it. Well, they will begin their training. And remember, androids can get stronger, as we saw 17 was able to get stronger over time. Even 18 got stronger too. So they would all continue training together. Already having two training partners is a lot. Now imagine having all of them at the same time, all 4? That's ridiculous. So Goku would continue pushing Super Saiyan, and I think by this point he's already mastered the form. He would have unlocked Super Saiyan 2 in my opinion. Now Super Saiyan 2 would be 100 times boost. Goku realizes that it's not that much stronger than Super Saiyan, but he remembers that he needs to train this form like how he did Super Saiyan originally. That'll make this form way stronger. So he continues doing that. And also with the help of 16 and 18, they would also help Gohan unlock Super Saiyan over the course of the year. And even 18 and 16 actually got a little bit stronger. 18 was now stronger than her brother, as in terms of power scaling, she's roughly a little bit stronger than First Form Cell. And First Form Cell was actually stronger than Android 17 by a pretty decent amount. So if she's stronger than that, 16 could actually hold his own against Second Form Cell really well. He maybe defeat him, but that's pushing it because of his healing abilities, so that might not be unlikely. Well, they would then go out and they would begin their battle. So Vegeta by this point, he could have already defeated Cell. I don't think that would have happened. I think Vegeta would have known about the androids. He would have purposely brought Cell all the way to the lookout, telling him where it is. Trunks probably could have tried stopping Cell, but I think Vegeta would have probably tried fighting him to slow him down. Now, once when Cell does arrive, Popo would then make up a lie and explain that if you even touch that door, the Room of Spirit and Time, it will completely disintegrate from the dimension, meaning that androids and everyone else will be gone. If you wait for the next couple hours, they will then step out and you can do whatever you wish. Cell would be fine with that. So Cell will continue waiting. Now, remember, people will ask, well, how is Trunks defeated if he can go into his Ultra Super Saiyan mode? Well, Vegeta would have defeated Trunks before he did that, and he would have explained that even if he did go into his Ascended form, or to his Ultra form, he would have still lost because of stamina issues. So yeah, Trunks was defeated and knocked unconscious. So Cell would just sit there and wait. He would just stand there, smirking at the door, waiting. Cell had a lot of patience. He even waited for 11 days to fight, too. So the next couple hours, Goku and the others would then step out. Now, this is when Cell would be super excited to see Goku. He was flourishing to see Android 18 was right there. Perfect. Now he can become perfect. Now, when then he does fly in to try and absorb 18 quickly, Goku would then grab his tail midair, and he was already in Super Saiyan. He would then throw Cell into the air. He would then tell the other Z Fighters to get Android 18 far away. Now, this is when Goku and Gohan, they would have then teamed up to fight Cell to keep him occupied. Now, this is when I think that Vegeta would then try butting in, trying to get Cell to go full power. I think Goku would then shut that down really quick. Goku is not wasting time with Cell. He knows how dangerous it is. The androids have spoken about Cell. They know how dangerous Cell is. Goku would have easily overpowered Vegeta. It would have been oh my god, he would have annihilated Vegeta. He even stated that too. You could have even had Gohan fight Vegeta, and Gohan would have blitzed Vegeta in Super Saiyan and humiliated Vegeta. He probably would have knocked Vegeta out by neck chopping him, knocking him out alongside Trunks if Vegeta was knocked out. So Vegeta doesn't make a stupid decision. Well, Cell was furious as he was on the losing end. Now, Goku knows not to waste any time with Cell, so this is when I think that Goku would easily overpower Cell and he was getting ready to destroy him. Cell would then begin to expand in size, and Cell would then self-detonate, as you guys remember. But now, before he does, Goku would then make a sacrifice. Vegeta will be on the lookout this time. Goku would explain to Gohan to take care of his mother and everything for him, and how good he is and how strong he is, to continue training and getting stronger, because I know that you have the power within you. And he tells his son to please continue training over the next 7 years to get stronger. Of course, 7 years is a bit of a long slide. But he would then tell his son to continue training as he's not going to be here no more, but he trusts his son and he loves him. He would then disappear, arriving at King Kai's world just like before, giving him a nice wake-up call, exploding. Well, would Cell technically come back because of this? Well, Cell originally had his perfect form and he came back. What I think what would happen here is Cell would regenerate, and I think he would have instant transmission. There's one downside though, is would Cell be perfect? I don't think so. It wouldn't make sense for Cell to unlock his perfect form. So once when Cell does arrive back, Gohan was shocked to see this. This is when Android 16 would try defending Gohan to fight Cell. Now, second form Cell's a little bit stronger, but Gohan can easily beat him. But I think after seeing Android 16 get blown up, Gohan was already pushed past his limit. He would have turned Super Saiyan 2, and Gohan would have not wasted time this go around, since he's not going to forgive Cell. He's not going to even give him the chance. Gohan would have charged up a full power Kamehameha. Cell would have tried firing his own, and Gohan in his rage would push his power even further, overpowering Cell easily, and then defeating second form Cell, thus ending the Cell arc. It has been nearly 7 years inside the Otherworld. Goku has continued his training, of course, pushing the multipliers of all of his forms as high as he can, as he can train all day and all night if he wants, not needing to eat or sleep. But he does eat, because he really likes it. Well, this What If story will take a drastic turn, and you'll see very soon, as this will be a couple of months before the Buu arc will officially begin, when Goku was given 24 hours by Baba to come see his friends, and that is of course where it all kicks off for Majin Buu to be born. Goku was enjoying his time in the other world, as he has already learned about the fusion dance, and he's pretty much got Super Saiyan 3 down to a pat. Though it's still a brand new form, by this point, Master Super Saiyan, or normal Super Saiyan if you want, is at around a 200 times multiplier, which is really strong, So it's already twice the strength of Super Saiyan 2, about half the strength of Super Saiyan 4, or Super Saiyan 3. Well, with Goku here, with Super Saiyan 2, I think that Super Saiyan 2 easily is as strong as Super Saiyan 3 by this point, and that's lowballing it. Super Saiyan 2 could have a multiplier of 400 or even higher. I think that Super Saiyan 3, since Goku's training in it, has actually pushed the form to be over 800, which is really powerful. It's twice the strength that of Super Saiyan 3, which is a big difference if you really think about it. But he's still kind of not used to Super Saiyan 3. It does have a draining issue, but he's still dead, so he can kind of rely on it. But he knows that if he is brought to the living, his body won't be as used to it as it originally is. His body's not as durable as it is while he's dead. Well, Goku was doing his normal thing, training on King Kai's world, before King Yama would then call Goku begging for help. Goku did notice that the sky looked different. There was a bunch of, like, red jelly beans everywhere. They're like giant beans all over the sky. And the air is red. Something feels off. He could just feel pure evil. King Yama would then freak out and tell Goku that he needs help. Goku would then fly towards King Yama's place, next to Pikkon. They would realize that King Yama's place was completely engulfed by this strange material. Goku said it's almost like a giant jelly bean. You wonder if he could lick it if it tastes good. Pikkon would then hit his headset on to focus, and King Yama explains that, let me tell you what happened. Well, a few moments prior, a young man was sitting there cleaning right by the stables. Now, this machine holds all of the negative ki and evil from hell. This also kind of cleans out the pollution of hell, and it's also used as a device to kind of keep hell tame. Well, he realizes that it overflows, and it breaks while he's not paying attention. And in return, he was engulfed by it. And now, he would then begin transforming into the creature that we all know, Janemba. Now, Goku would land down in hell as he would then take his place over Pikkon. Goku was able to win this one, as Pikkon would then find a way to try and break out of this weird shell to save King Yama. Goku would then fight Janemba. Now, Janemba is so powerful that he can just open dimensional portals like they're nothing, like that's his whole thing. Well, he's causing everything to be unbalanced. You know, Otherworld, the demon realm, hell, everything is just falling apart because of Janemba. That's how powerful this being is. Janemba is just pure evil. He's destroying everything. And other people on Earth would then realize it. Gohan would then realize that Frieza's still alive. Even Cell is still alive, but he's in his second form. And etc. Well, all the Z Fighters would then begin fighting the old adversaries, but they would handle them pretty easily. Gohan has also been keeping up his training. Now, Goten is still around this time. Goku still got with Chi-Chi, so yes, Goten is still born. So Goten is still 7 years old. So yeah, Goten's still pretty powerful too. Since Gohan's training, Goten is training with his older brother. And yeah, Goten got pretty powerful. Now, as for Vegeta and them, he's doing his normal thing, training hard. So yes, they are fighting the other characters. Now, back to Goku and Janemba. Well, Goku would then get serious, powering up into Super Saiyan 2, but a lot of his attacks are not really doing too much against Janemba. He's kind of brushing them off. Now, Goku was faring much better than he did originally, as then Goku would then get serious. Goku would then use the full power of Super Saiyan 2, and he would then overpower Janemba, badly wounding him, punching right through him, right to the ground, and Goku thought that was over. Well, Pikkon would also then realize that if you say mean things to it, it would also shatter this weird glass, small piece by piece. And now he would then start yelling insults nonstop. As for Goku, Goku would then see that Janemba was changing. And it was not good. Janemba would then transform into his true power. Goku did not like the feel of this. The fight would then begin, as Goku was still in Super Saiyan 2. He handled very well, similar to how the original fight between Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Janemba went, which is one of the best fight scenes in all of Dragon Ball history. If you've never seen it, go look at it. But Goku was getting overpowered, especially when Janemba got his sword. Each slash was opening a new dimension. That's how powerful it was. And yes, I'm also increasing Janemba's power in terms of his dimensional abilities. I thought it was really cool how he could do that. Now imagine he can slash it up like how Goku Black does, but not timeline-ish. It's more bending the dimensions. He can just cut right through them. That's what Janemba was doing. Goku would then scream and power up, turning into a Super Saiyan 3. The fight would be more intense now since Goku's twice as strong as he originally was. He would actually be able to push Janemba pretty well, but Janemba was still toying with him. Janemba was not at his full power at all. Janemba was holding back. But Goku was able to fare really well. Janemba would then do a massive slash with his sword, sending Goku through one of the dimensions, as Goku would then land in the Demon Realm. Now that Goku was in there, he would then look around and be confused as where he was, but Janemba was right there on his tail, going right after him. Goku would continue fighting him, but Goku was getting overpowered. Janemba was just way too strong. But before Goku was killed, a powerful kick would then send Janemba to multiple rock faces on the ground. There was a being wearing a demonic royal outfit with a cloak on top. Goku would ask, "Who are you?" He feels like he's seen him before. The man would then pull the cloak back, and it's none other than Bardock. It's the Bardock that we all know and love. He's there. Bardock would then help his son up, and he would smirk at his son, telling him that he's been expecting him coming. He's foreseen it. As there's a lot that Bardock can explain to Goku, but he has a very short time. As Janemba was still dazed, he was starting to get up from the attack. Bardock would then tell his son briefly that when he stood up to Frieza all those years ago, and Frieza hit them with the supernova, he woke up in a different time. He fought one of Frieza's ancient ancestors, and he unlocked Super Saiyan on his own. Bardock was hundreds, not thousands of years behind. He didn't know what to do. Bardock would then make it his vengeance to then go after all of Frieza's family, even his ancient ancestors, and he nearly killed them all, but a few escaped. Bardock would die of old age, but he did a lot of good to help around the universe the best that he could. And when he died, King Yama gave him a chance. He gave Bardock his own physical body back. But Bardock was still sent to hell for his actions, but he did have his full body, which Bardock was thankful for. Bardock would then have visions of his son, his whole future, even past this. He even saw the events of Daima, and he knew how dangerous the Demon Realm was. So, Bardock, through all these years, remember, this is hundreds and hundreds of years before, found his way into the Demon Realm. And he already had his foresight. He already knew what to expect. He knew what was coming. Bardock would then take care of most of the demons here, especially the ones that were causing problems, that were going to especially cause problems for him. Now, I know some people might question, well, what about Deborah? Well, Deborah is actually not with Babidi. Deborah has actually been killed by Bardock. Deborah is dead. So Babidi never actually got Deborah originally. Now, we don't know officially when he actually did get Deborah. It could have been hundreds of years, it could have been thousands of years before. But I would like to assume that it's pretty recent. So, Babidi did take Deborah, and this is almost 1,000 years difference. So yeah, Deborah is dead. So Babidi does not have Deborah, but he has plenty of other servants that he can use, no problem. Well, Bardock was able to take over the Demon Realm. And with the help of Neva, who was an ancient Namekian, Neva's power helped Bardock defeat the Demon Realm. And Bardock, with his power, was able to become the new king of the Demon Realm. True, he's not a demon, but he was bestowed powers of one. Goku was confused, as now they were starting to run out of time. Bardock would then put his hand on Goku's shoulder and tell him how proud he is of his growth, and that he has so much more to live. He's foreseen it all. To where he is now, he'll be in the realm of the gods one day. And he will make the Saiyan race proud. And Bardock tells him that he has a gift that he learned from Neva, a power that can be passed on from one being to another. Bardock has this power, and he's going to give it to his son. Bardock explains that when you are given this power, use it for good things. Embrace where you came from. Bardock would then turn into red energy, fusing into Goku's body. As it was almost as if Bardock became living energy itself, and he unlock Goku's hidden potential. As then, Goku would then transform. Janemba would then get up as it was confused on what was happening. It was a massive explosion of energy. Goku would then put his hand on the rock and lift himself up, as he was now a Super Saiyan 4. The Daima version. Goku would then look at his massive hands as he was confused, but this power was incredible. He never thought this was possible. But he thanked his father for it. And he'll make him proud, and he'll do his best to stop Janemba. Janemba was furious, as Janemba would then send a massive slash towards Goku, cutting through the dimension once again. Goku would easily dodge this attack, as Janemba would then charge right in at Goku, tackling them through that dimensional rift, sending them back where they originally were, under King Yama's place, where Pikkon was just starting to get through. Pikkon was shocked to sense Goku's power, and it was incredible. Goku would then look at his hands, and he would begin powering up. Everybody on Earth can also sense this, especially Gohan and the others. They can sense Goku's power, and they think, what's his power? It must be my dad or something. And this would even shock Vegeta. Goku's new to this form, but he will do everything he can to defeat this being. Janemba had no chance against this version of Goku. He was way too powerful. Goku easily outclassed him in every single way. And he explains that beings like Janemba need to be destroyed. They're nothing but pure evil. Janemba would then roar in anger, as Goku would then hold a ball of pure energy above his hand. And he would then throw it right through Janemba as he tried punching Goku, but it did nothing. And with a demonic explosion, it would kill Janemba. Now that the evil was dissipated, things would start returning to normal in Hell, as the young teenager was then brought back, as he would then run away. Goku would then laugh a little bit, as now he was completely defeated, fixing all of the dimensions, and everything was back to normal. The other world and Earth and Hell was all fixed. Goku now has a few months to try to learn this power. Now, we don't know the full power of this form, or how they're going to retcon it by making it not accessible, or how they're going to do it. It could just be that it's only usable in the demon realm because of the demonic power. But for my what-if purposes, I think that Goku can use it whenever he wants. Why not? Give him the form. Well, the next few months would then pass, and the story would then continue on just like before, with Goku meeting his friends. After giving 24 hours with Baba's help, Goku would be excited to see all of his friends and to take down Majin Buu. And now, of course, we know that Majin Buu would come in a little short, as Goku was excited to see his whole family. Chi-Chi was so excited to show Goten to Goku, and Vegeta still had some disdain, but he wondered what that power was. Was that actually Kakarot? Well, most of the beginning would happen the same, with Piccolo seeing the Supreme Kai before and being terrified, and etc. The Supreme Kai would have did what he did before, explaining about Majin Buu and Babidi, but he does need their help. Well, there is one difference that could happen here, is would Gohan still have his energy taken? I think yes, because they don't know where his ship actually is. So Gohan, I think, would still see Videl get beat up by Spopovich. This would then cause Gohan to get angry, and we could see Gohan going Super Saiyan, even Super Saiyan 2. Now, Gohan kept his training up during these 7 years, so he's only gotten way stronger, because he has more motivation from his father telling him to keep training. So Gohan didn't really stick to just being a bookworm for 7 years and getting rusty. So yeah, Gohan is really, really, really powerful. So when Gohan did have his energy taken and Babidi does get his energy, they would then find the ship. Now, Buu's energy was almost completely full. That's pretty much everything that Babidi almost needed. Now, of course, there's one difference though. There's no Deborah. Since remember the events of what happened in the Demon Realm, Bardock killed Deborah even before Babidi even met him. So yeah, Deborah's gone. So what's Babidi gonna do? Well, Babidi does have somebody under his spell. And that's his right-hand man. Now, Goku and the others would arrive just like before, and in my opinion, what would happen here is I think we would see a very interesting character arrive. And this character is none other than King Cold. Yes, King Cold is here. Now, people were shocked to see this, as how is this even possible? Now, okay, hold on. Hold on. Before people freak out. How is King Cold alive? Didn't Trunks technically kill Mecha Frieza and King Cold? How does that make any sense? How is King Cold alive? Well, while the events of Janemba, while he was doing all his things causing chaos, and King Cold was technically allowed on the living world on Earth, Babidi found the most powerful person near there. Now, mind you, of course, he could have gotten Cell if he wanted, or somebody else, but no. Cell was not able to get taken over, because Cell is evil, 100%, but Cell would have rejected the power. And King Cold is a very powerful threat. King Cold wants revenge on what happened to him, as true, Babidi could have done Frieza, but Frieza's not powerful enough. He did try to take over Cell's mind, but Cell's way too stubborn. He's not going to let some wizard take him over. Cell would have rejected it. And the spell can be rejected. We saw this in Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, where Vegeta could have rejected it. He even said it himself, that he could have rejected it if he wanted to. Even Supreme Kai said it's possible. Vegeta allowed himself to be taken over so he can get stronger. Well, King Cold would do this to save his own skin. That's his whole character. He would do whatever he can to survive. So that's what he did. So he's technically still dead, but he's still living through Babidi's magic. So King Cold is very powerful because the Babidi's magic is increasing his power massively. Well, what'll happen here is King Cold would then step out and meet the other Z Fighters who were shocked to see him, as they don't really recognize him at first. Goku doesn't, of course, since he wasn't there, but they realize that, wait, he was the guy that was next to Frieza, like his father or something? And it was correct. Piccolo even confirmed that. Because remember, Piccolo can hear everything from far away. He heard the whole conversation that they had between each other. So King Cold is alive, and he's furious, and he's ready to have his revenge. He's only gotten stronger since because of Babidi's magic, and he's also been fighting for Babidi as well. Yeah, Babidi's been giving a lot of energy to King Cold to make him as strong as possible to defend him. So yeah, King Cold's pretty powerful. Well, I think this is when Gohan would then step up, and this is after they defeated Pui Pui and Yakon. Gohan would then step up and go fight King Cold. Now, what about Goku and Vegeta? Well, Vegeta would still be taken over by Babidi. I think Vegeta would still allow himself to be taken over to try and beat Kakarot, as Goku still died similar, and he still surpassed Vegeta. So Vegeta would still, Vegeta thought he would never have a chance to fight Goku again. So yeah, Vegeta wants to have his rematch. So Vegeta would allow himself to be taken over, and him and Goku would still have their battle, so they would then go off to another location with Babidi's help. Now as for Gohan, Gohan was beating the heck out of King Cold, while King Cold was in his second form now, mind you. King Cold would then evolve, he would then go into his third form, and while his third form is very powerful, I would say it's definitely around second form Cell level. It's not really enough to really push Gohan. Gohan is too strong. He would have overpowered it. And Gohan is still in his base form. Well, King Cold would then go to his fourth form. And now this is where we can have a problem. He would then go 100%, bulking up in size, and he would start overpowering Gohan very easily. Now, Piccolo can't really help out much because he's Piccolo, but he does try though. Piccolo is a little bit stronger than he was in the original because he's training with Gohan for 7 years, but it's not that much of a difference, but he will still try to help. But he's just getting in the way, so he backs off, while Gohan would then go Super Saiyan and the fight would then commence. Now, Gohan was holding his own very well against King Cold, and he was starting to get the upper hand, because remember, Frieza's race struggles to go to 100%. King Cold has never done this really before, so it has a stamina issue. Frieza even stated that. While it's incredible for battle, it does have a stamina issue. Well, King Cold would then evolve. He would then go into his fifth form. Now, I know that Cooler was the only being who had this form technically in the movie, but if King Cold is more of a freak than Cooler is, why couldn't he do it? It would be really cool, and he's also been getting stronger via Babidi all this time, so it's going to mutate him and get it even stronger. Now Gohan would then transform into a Super Saiyan 2. But the battle was very, very, very intense, as King Cold was ridiculously powerful. Gohan was struggling. King Cold's power almost rivaled that of Majin Buu, maybe even stronger. That's how powerful he actually has become because of Babidi's help. And Gohan was struggling, but Gohan was barely able to hang on. But now, of course, while King Cold was fighting, Gohan's brother Goten would then step in and hit him right in the stomach, as Goten's been training for these past years. Remember Gohan started training when he was around 4, and Chi-Chi was against it, but I think Gohan would kind of convince her, as long as he keeps his studies up, it's fine. So Goten's potential is even more busted than Gohan, as that's been proven. So Goten, of course, is not even remotely close to as strong as King Cold or Gohan. That's not even remotely close. I would say he's probably around second form Cell level. That's lowballing him too, because of how strong he is. And he, of course, has Super Saiyan. He is a lot stronger than Trunks is currently. Yeah, Goten is a little ridiculous, but what I think we'll see here is when King Cold would then hit Goten with his tail, and it would nearly kill him, almost breaking his neck. This is when I think Gohan would snap. And no, Gohan will not unlock the Beast form, okay? Not yet. This is when Gohan would then snap and break his limits, as even Goku and Vegeta can sense it. Gohan's power skyrockets, and Gohan transforms into a Super Saiyan 3. With his rage, he has now unlocked a new level of strength. Why didn't Gohan unlock Beast? Well, it's because Gohan's only unlocked Beast because he started fighting more like a human mentally. And some people like to add the mystic side also added to Beast, but I don't really think they're kind of two different forms. As even in Xenoverse 2, any race can unlock the Beast form. Well, I like to think that Gohan was fighting more like a human than anything else, but no, there's no Beast form yet. But Gohan would unlock Super Saiyan 3. Now, Gohan would waste zero time and absolutely annihilate King Cold in their battle, easily overpowering him, and he would have killed King Cold and defeated him. Now, as for Goku and Vegeta, they would have continued on their match, but there's one downside. Majin Buu is now born. Even the battle between King Cold and Gohan was more than enough energy to revive Majin Buu. Now that Majin Buu was revived, Goku can sense that Majin Buu isn't all evil. He can sense it from far away. But he was also distracted fighting Vegeta, who's not stopping. He still wants to fight Goku, and Goku's in his second grade Super Saiyan. And he is holding off Vegeta really well, by the way. Vegeta doesn't have much of a chance against Goku. But Goku was trying to fight him for now. Well, Gohan would still be in a Super Saiyan 3 form. He would then fight Majin Buu. Now, Gohan is stronger than Majin Buu. He's a little bit stronger than Goku was as a Super Saiyan 3 at this time, so he would have overpowered Majin Buu pretty easily, and Gohan's not going to be as merciful, and I think Majin Buu, in my opinion, would get so angry as Babidi's watching that he would then split in half. They would then see him split because he's getting beaten so badly. Now, we know that it took extreme anger, such as Hercule dying and etc., but I think that Buu just came out, he has no candy, no nothing, and Gohan's talking trash too, which makes him even mad, because that's how Gohan is. Gohan is the Crash Out King, and this would then make Majin Buu so furious that he would then transform and split in half, thus having Evil Buu. And I think Gohan would be in shock, as Evil Buu would waste no time and start attacking Fat Buu. And Gohan would then see that Fat Buu is pure good now, he can sense it. Now, Fat Buu, out of desperation, would try firing his candy beam, but Evil Buu would then spit it right back at Buu, blowing it back at him, and he would then turn into candy. Gohan watched in shock, as he didn't know about the candy beam. They had no clue it was a thing. He would then watch Evil Buu eat him, and he would then transform into Super Buu. Now, Babidi was more than happy, because he's like, now this is more like your original form. You're even taller now. This is incredible. Now you're stronger than ever. Super Buu would then just aim his hand, not even looking at Babidi, and he will kill him, because he has no room for Babidi to tell him what to do. Even Fat Buu was able to be kind of manipulated with food, but Super Buu's not an idiot. He's actually very intelligent. And maybe I'll make that a membership video with how intelligent Super Buu actually was. But he would then look to Gohan, and he wants a rematch. Now, there's one downside, though. Gohan's starting to get tired because the Super Saiyan 3 form is draining a lot of energy. Well, during this time, Goku would then sense that. I think he would have delivered a couple powerful attacks to Vegeta to stun him, and he would have explained, Vegeta, I'm holding back, and you know I am. This fight is over. We need to do the right thing, and we gotta go stop this Buu creature from attacking Gohan. Please. I think Vegeta would then swallow his pride. And remember, Goku does have a Senzu Bean. Now, Goku doesn't really need the Senzu Bean, I'm telling you. Vegeta really needs it, because Vegeta was pretty jacked up. Well, I think Goku will give Vegeta half the Senzu Bean, so Vegeta at least gets his energy back. because Gohan might need it too, and if they all team up, they can probably beat Super Buu. Once when they do arrive, it was too late. As Gohan was battling, Buu is not an idiot. He knows about Goku's strength. He can feel it. He can feel Goku has a lot of hidden power. And of course, he can also sense Vegeta. He knows that Gohan, in his current state, is very powerful. And there's even Piccolo and Krillin and the others. Well, this is when, and of course there's Goten too. Well, this is when I believe that Super Buu would then wait for Vegeta and them to arrive, and he would finally then absorb Gohan, Piccolo, Krillin, Goten. And it was too late. They can make it in time. Now he's more like Buuhan, which I'm going to call him that. As now, he's not ready to kill them all. As in terms of power levels, he's not as strong as he was originally, because it was Mystic Gohan. Now, and also too, he absorbed Gotenks. I would say though, you can throw him near the levels of Buu-Tank's level, but that's even pushing it. But he is a lot stronger than way stronger than he originally was. But he is near the level of Buu-Tank's, not like Buuhan originally from DBZ when he fought Vegeta. Not even close. Well, this is when I think that Vegeta realizes that we have a severe issue. This is when I think, as remember too, the Supreme Kai and the Kabuto Kai is there, by the way, or mainly Kabuto Kai. This is when I think Vegeta has one option. Vegeta would then tell Kakarot to give him the rest of the Sensu Bean. While Goku reaches for it, he knocks him out. Buu was shocked. He's like, why did you just do that? And Vegeta states, I want to fight you myself. And Kabuto Kai would then realize what Vegeta was about to do. He would then use Kai Kai and instantly take Goku away. And Buu was a little mad because he wanted to absorb Goku, but now he can't. But I guess Vegeta will do. Vegeta said, you can damn well try, but it's not going to work. Vegeta would then begin glowing in power, as Vegeta would then do his self-explosion technique to try and kill this Majin, as he's almost atoning for his sins for what he did. And he would even say goodbye to Kakarot. Now, of course, we know that this does not kill, it didn't even kill Fat Buu, so it's not going to kill Super Buu. It did blast him in small pieces, but he's still fully recovered, so he's fine. Well, Vegeta's life was just wasted. And here's another problem. Well, Goku only has a little bit of time left. Now, luckily, he didn't go Super Saiyan 3 or anything past that, so he does have a few more hours left. And he doesn't really know what to do. But then, I think during this time when they do bring them there, and Goku was brought, Goku would ask if they can bring Vegeta there as well, if that's a possibility. And Baba would then help them by also giving Vegeta 24 hours to bring him back, so Vegeta was in the Kai world as well. But now, of course, if Vegeta dies, he's gone forever. Well, what are they going to do now? And well, the Supreme Kai states that, well, if you use the Z-Sword, then they can be defeated. Now, Goku's not a sword guy, but I think Vegeta would try giving it a try first. And I think Vegeta would be able to lift it. And Goku didn't even try it first initially, because Goku's not much of a sword guy. But Vegeta would give it a shot. If that gives him more power, he'll do it. So Vegeta tried it, and he was able to lift a Z-Sword. Now, hold on, what's Super Buu doing? Well, Super Buu was just traveling around the world, eating candy, doing whatever he wanted. Now, we know initially, he did want to just destroy Earth and get it over with. He could have destroyed all the humans, and, you know, that's completely up to you if you want to say that he destroyed planet Earth if you wanted to. Well, now they're stuck, and now they need to get stronger. The Z-Sword is the only way. So what could happen is I think he would kill all the humans on the Earth, because he could even spare them, because now they're unlimited candy supply. So he can, you know, there's over 8 billion people on the planet with tons of candy around the Earth. Why would he waste it? But now he would probably just explore around the universe to try and find people to kill. That's probably exactly what would happen. Well, while Vegeta and Goku are spending the next couple hours training the Z-Sword, Goku doesn't really like it as much. It's not a style, but Vegeta would learn. And he would very quickly start adapting to the Z-Sword, getting better at it. Now they would then test it out on Ketchin. Once when they do throw Ketchin at the Z-Sword, it would shatter, thus freeing Elder Kai. Now that Elder Kai was now free, he would then tell them, and they would then get the fill on what's all going on. He would explain, well, I can unlock your potentials, but I need to sense you first. And he would sense Goku, but he quickly realizes that Goku already had his potential unlocked by Bardock, if you remember. As the Namekian did unlock Goku's potential in Daima, so it's a similar concept. True, I know it's not Mystic, but come on now. Now, as for Vegeta, he does sense that Vegeta is had evil intentions before, but he can sense that his heart is in a different place now, and he did sacrifice himself. So Elder Kai states, Vegeta, you do have incredible potential, and we need to defeat this Buu creature. Fine. I'll give it a whirl. We don't have any other choice. Now, he would then begin unlocking his potential, and while Buu was still doing his thing, devouring the planet, Buu would start getting full because he's eating the whole world. He's trying to get bored. There's nothing else to do. No one else to fight. He's probably just going to blow up the Earth soon. And this is when I believe that Goku would realize that they need to hurry up. Luckily, Vegeta would then finish on time, getting his potential unlocked. There's a problem though, he only has 24 hours, but they'll get to that later. Now, Vegeta, I think what would happen here is Kibito Kai would then step forward and state, Vegeta, take my life force, and I want you to go down there and defeat Majin Buu. And Vegeta would begin his match with Buuhan. Vegeta would be in his mystic form, and he would actually start overpowering Buuhan. Now, we know that Vegeta's potential is not as high as Gohan. Vegeta was stronger than Gohan in his base form, but Vegeta is comparable, in my opinion, to Buu in terms of power, because he's gotten a lot stronger in base form, and he was stronger than Gohan in general, but he has less potential than Gohan, so that does kind of even each other out. He would actually be able to fight Buuhan pretty well, and actually pretty much fight him almost dead even, as Vegeta's not wasting any time. But there's one downside though, Vegeta will start getting overpowered. Why is that? Well, it's because Buuhan doesn't really get tired. He has almost unlimited energy, he can fight forever. Vegeta, on the other hand, is getting overwhelmed with Buu's abilities. Now, this is when I think Vegeta would almost get absorbed because Buu was tricking him. Goku would save Vegeta by firing a Ki Blast, stopping his tail from absorbing him. Goku would then tell Vegeta to step back and let them handle this. One other thing, they could also do Potara Fusion. Goku would still have the earring, same with Vegeta, as Elder Kai gave it to them before they left, and he would explain that if you cannot defeat them, then you need to fuse now. Well, I think what would happen here personally is Goku would not need to fuse. Or would he? What would happen here is Goku and Vegeta would then put the earrings on because they realize that Buuhan will only getting stronger. I know Goku can go Super Saiyan 4, we'll get into that in a minute. But Goku realizes that if he does turn Super Saiyan 4, or even Super Saiyan 3, he'll run out of time and he won't be able to beat Buu in time, and then he could just go back to the other world and now he's screwed. What else can he do? And then Buu could just destroy the whole world if he wanted to, and then everybody loses. They would then use the Potara earrings and fuse into Vegeta. Now Vegeta was just pretty much the same strength as the original. He would purposely beat up Buuhan for the whole hour, nearly an hour, just to pretty much get him angry enough to absorb him, which was his whole plan. He would then go into Buu's body, and then he would then free everybody else. Now, if you remember, of course, the magic with them were the earrings off, or in the more canon version, he ran out of time, and he would then revert back to normal. Vegeta would then destroy the earrings, same with Goku, as they're not going to do that fusion thing no more. Now, this is when we would have them free everybody. And yes, Vegeta would even free up Fat Buu. Once when they did this though, and they escaped his body, Kid Buu was there. Well, since Kid Buu was there, they were actually able to save Fat Buu and a couple others, but sadly, Kid Buu would have destroyed the whole planet. Goku was able to escape just in time, as Hercule and even B was there, as Hercule was trying to go defeat the Buu monster. So it was Mr. Satan, B, and then the Fat Buu, but everyone else is gone. Now Kid Buu's just traveling around destroying everybody. Now that they're stuck on Kai's world, they don't know what to do, as Kibito Kai would then give his life to Goku, thus giving Goku his life back, and he would say, don't waste it. Now they would then bring them to the land of the Kais, and of course Supreme Kai then will be far away, so Kid Buu doesn't kill him. Goku would then power up and then summon Kid Buu. This is when Goku would not be on a time hunch. He would then begin battling Kid Buu, of course being in Super Saiyan first. And he would handle himself very well actually, as Goku in Super Saiyan is already stronger than he was as a Super Saiyan 2, fighting Kid Buu originally, way stronger, so he's able to hold his own. Now, Goku would then go to Super Saiyan 2, and he's actually comparable to when he was in Super Saiyan 3, even stronger. meaning that he can fight Kid Buu, but Kid Buu's still playing games. He's still messing around. As then, Goku doesn't have a choice. Goku would then show off his new form. He didn't want to do it because of Vegeta. He didn't want to destroy Vegeta's pride, but he wants to kill Kid Buu now and not waste time. Super Saiyan 3 is a very powerful transformation. By the way, he could have easily killed Kid Buu in Super Saiyan 3, but it does have a stamina issue, and he doesn't want to take any chances. But Super Saiyan 4 is his most powerful state, and he has no ki drain in that form. He can fight in it perfectly. Well, Goku would then begin powering up. He would then go back to base form, and Kid Buu was waiting, a bit confused. Goku would then go into Super Saiyan 1, and Vegeta was shocked seeing this, watching what he was doing. Super Saiyan 2, he would then go into Super Saiyan 3, and he would then rip his shirt off and then transform into a Super Saiyan 4, climbing up on the rock, and everybody was shocked. Supreme Kai had no clue he had his power. Vegeta was so furious that Kakarot was one step ahead. Kid Buu was really ecstatic, but shocked by Goku's power. They would then clash and begin their fight. Now, Vegeta would have the same speech that he originally did. He would accept that Goku is number one. He is better, for now. As Kid Buu would try punching Goku, but it wouldn't do anything. Goku was just smirking at him. As Goku would then tell Kid Buu that you're not, you were the most powerful being I've ever fought yet. And originally, when you first showed up, you weren't all evil. But then once when you split the evil one, you became different. You became evil, and you enjoyed it. But now that we've freed the goodness within you, I would hope maybe we'll have a little one-on-one again in the future. I'd like that, as it'll be fun to fight you even more. Goku would waste no time, and he would shoot a Kamehameha wave and completely incinerate Kid Buu, killing him. Now, King Yama did listen to his wish, so basically Buu was reincarnated to Oob, so that would still happen. And now that Kid Buu was completely gone and he was wiped out from existence, there was finally peace back on Earth. Well, technically Earth was dead. Well, they would then just go to Namek, just like before, and they would then use the Namek and Dragon Balls to then wish Earth back and all its people and everybody that was killed by Majin Buu, so everything was back to normal. So everybody was fine. Now, also too, since everybody was back on Earth, peace was finally restored to everything. On a faraway planet, a certain divine being was slumbering, but he would then twitch a little bit in his sleep after sensing Goku's power when he transformed. And he would start having dreams about a Saiyan God, a being that can rival his power. Lord Beerus has now awoken from his slumber of dreams of a being that can rival his power. Lord Beerus would have still heard about the story of Goku being Frieza, and all that would have gone pretty much the same. He would have found out about Super Saiyan and more, as he did sense a power before in his sleep, but he kind of brushed it off. He didn't really think too far of it. But now, he's ready to go to Earth and see what's going on. Just like before, Goku was originally at King Kai's world training. Now, if we went down that pathway, Beerus would have fought Goku, but let's just say that Goku's at Bulma's party this time. He didn't forget. So Bulma was celebrating her 38th birthday party, and Vegeta and the others were there. Well, Beerus would still be there, and he would meet everybody. I don't think that Beerus would have a massive freak out like he originally did. Or even if he did, he would then have to fight the other Z fighters. But I think with Goku there, it might be relatively calm. While Beerus doesn't really sense any God Ki from these beings, he doesn't sense anything, he does note that Goku might be the one that he sensed before, and that power was very formidable. Some people don't know how strong Super Saiyan 4 is, since Daima has just finished. Thank you to Toriyama for the wonderful project as a send-off. May you rest in peace. Some people don't know how strong Super Saiyan 4 is. It's still so early, we don't know really anything about it. But one note that people did realize is that when Goku was fighting the final enemy, his strength was so high that he was able to tear a hole between space and time. The only other time that has ever happened is against Gogeta and Broly. Now, that's not me saying that, Super Saiyan 4 Goku is as strong as Gogeta and Broly, so is he like blue level? I don't think so. I think, in my personal opinion, that Super Saiyan 4 is probably a little bit weaker than Super Saiyan God, as it would make sense, but let's get into that a little later. Well, Goku's still very impressive, as I think he would want to fight Beerus right away. Now, Vegeta is a little terrified of Beerus, and rightfully so, he would be. Well, Beerus wants to fight a Super Saiyan God, a mortal with God Ki. He's not interested in any other form, but I still think that Goku would want to try. And I think Vegeta would want to try as well before they go looking for him, so I think Beerus would accept this. Vegeta would try fighting first. And Vegeta, although in Super Saiyan 2, would do okay, but come on now. Against Beerus, he's nothing. Vegeta would then show everybody that he transforms into a Super Saiyan 3 like he did in Daima. And Beerus was not pretty impressed by the power. It was impressive, but not a god. And Vegeta was easily defeated. This is when Goku would step up and he would transform into a Super Saiyan. Beerus notes on how this Super Saiyan transformation, you're already as strong as Vegeta in his Super Saiyan 3. Yet Goku's base form is kind of similar to Vegeta. You are different. Beerus notes on how you're able to capitalize and boost these forms even further. Maybe you are the Saiyan God. Goku would then go Super Saiyan 2, which already far eclipses that of even Vegeta's Super Saiyan 3. Goku would then push further, as of course his punches and attacks are not doing anything. Beerus is still holding back massively, and the fact that he can't even sense God Ki makes it even worse. Well, when he goes Super Saiyan 3, he does a little bit better, but it's nothing too crazy. Now, once when he goes Super Saiyan 4, that's when the tide will turn. Now, we don't know the boost for Super Saiyan 4, we don't know how strong it makes you, but we know that it is a massive power-up. Do I think it's as strong as Blue or stronger? I don't think so. But remember, Goku can train these forms. That's what he's been doing. He's been training the Super Saiyan 4 transformation. So he's only gotten stronger with it. I would like to say that this Super Saiyan 4 transformation is a similar boost to that of Super Saiyan God. It's not as powerful ki-wise because God Ki is stronger than normal ki, but it is very powerful. Well, Goku would then begin his match with Beerus as a Super Saiyan 4, and Goku would actually do very well, as his strength is pretty similar to that of a Super Saiyan God in the realm of there, and Beerus was very impressed. But it's not God Ki though, but it is a very, very powerful mortal transformation. He's never seen a form as beautiful as that. It's incredible, as Whis was noting this, as Saiyans can really tap into their primal roots when they need to, but Beerus was getting bored. He wants to fight a Super Saiyan God, that's all he wants. But Goku has no idea what a Super Saiyan God is. He doesn't know what that is. Well, they decide to use Shenron, just like the original. Once when they use Shenron, they would then ask the Super Saiyan God, and Shenron would then explain the ritual that the Saiyan God needs to go through. Well, they would give it to Goku. Goku would then become the Super Saiyan God. Now as a Super Saiyan God, he would then battle Beerus, and the boost is roughly the same as Super Saiyan 4, so he's not that much crazy stronger, but his ki is stronger and he can sense Beerus' power, which makes it way easier for him to track Beerus and fight him better. Goku would do a little bit better than he does in Super Saiyan 4, giving Beerus a fun match as he had 2 rounds against an opponent pretty much that's a god now and very powerful. Beerus was pretty happy, he had a lot of fun fights. Beerus was also enjoying the food, so he didn't get angry and upset, so he decides not to destroy Earth and he likes it here. So he decides to keep Earth around for the course of the food. Beerus would then head back to his world and then have an all-needed nap. Well, this is when I think that Whis would then still train Goku and Vegeta just like the original. They would have to beg and try and get in there, but Vegeta would be able to get trained before Goku would, so Vegeta was able to catch up, and Vegeta was on the realms of learning God Ki. Goku would still catch up, of course, and they would begin their training. Well, Whis originally did not have them train their forms. He only had them train their base form, which makes sense. So, and he says that you rely too much on transformations. You need to rely on your forms. And then Goku says, wait, what? And Whis says, that's exactly what I'm talking about. You rely too much on your forms, as Whis was reiterating what they say, that they rely on forms too much. You need to rely on your base form, your base power. You need to increase that first, and how to learn to harness and use God Ki even better. Well, then their training will begin, mainly doing chores and cutting grass. And they would also lift heavy weights and have to change Beerus' pillows. But the training would start. And they would then also train Whis' staff to begin learning God Ki. Now, the same events would happen to where even if you want Frieza to come back, he would still be brought back to life and he would train and unlock his golden form, just like before, training for the next 4 months, to unlock his latent potential. Well, now that Beerus was revived and he would then still head to Earth, what would happen? Well, a big change. Gohan and the others are a lot stronger, because especially Gohan, he has kept his training up and he's only trained even harder since last time, only getting stronger. because of the events of Buu and all that, he's basically really pushing himself further than ever. So yeah, Gohan is absurdly strong. Also, Gohan does have Mystic because Kibito Kai did see Gohan's potential, and he did offer Gohan to help him unlock it after the Buu arc happened. So Gohan did get the training, and he did unlock Mystic form. So yeah, Gohan is absurdly strong. Now, Gohan would use Mystic form, and with that power-up as well, with his training, he would actually be able to fight Frieza pretty well. Final form Frieza, of course. We're not talking about Golden Frieza, as he's still stronger than Gohan. But Gohan would have defeated Tagoma and Tsushima pretty easily, and the Captain Ginyu takeover very easily. So yeah, Gohan would have annihilated everybody, and he would have been able to hold off Final Form Frieza. And since Gohan is so powerful, when he powers up, Goku can find his energy faster, and he would then teleport there. Goku would then take his turn from Vegeta, and he would then battle Final Form Frieza, and easily overpower Frieza initially. This is when Frieza would then showcase his golden form, which really impressed Goku. Now, Goku here would then transform into his Super Saiyan 4 state. Frieza would make a joke about he looks even more like a monkey than he originally thought. I guess it makes sense, as Frieza is the racist that we all know and love. Well, Goku as a Super Saiyan 4, if you remember, they did train in Whis' staff, and they did mainly train their forms. Now, Goku, remember, he would train his forms still, and to increase the multiplier. This is a bit different than Vegeta's training. And what I mean by this is when they first trained with Whis, Whis initially was against Goku and them training their forms, because he wanted them to train their base form, which is what they did, mainly Vegeta. Goku, on the other hand, was still getting strong in his base form, but Goku has the unique gift to where he can train his form multipliers, and Whis realized that after Goku explains it to him. So Goku would train in his forms. Whis pretty much had reversed the training for Goku and Vegeta. Vegeta is training his base form to get stronger because he can't increase his form multipliers, but Goku can increase his form multipliers. So that is why Whis has pretty much switched up their training on its head for either side. So Goku would mainly train in his forms. So yes, his Super Saiyan 4 state is a lot stronger. I would say boost-wise, it's probably similar to that of a Super Saiyan God to Super Saiyan Blue level. Super Saiyan God is stronger than Super Saiyan Blue level, and Super Saiyan Blue is stronger than that. Now, in terms of power scaling, Goku as a Super Saiyan 4 right now is in the realm, is pretty much around the same strength that he was as a Super Saiyan Blue. Which, if you think about it, is already a 50 times increase from Super Saiyan God's multiplier, because it's Super Saiyan on top of that. If he went Super Saiyan God, I would say he's probably 2 to 3 times stronger than that, which is almost like a Super Saiyan 3 buff. And if he went Super Saiyan Blue, that's 50 times that. So, long story short, if he went Super Saiyan Blue and he fought Golden Frieza, he could one-shot Golden Frieza and kill him. Goku's that powerful now. So yeah, Goku got a big power-up, but it's mainly since of Super Saiyan Blue such a big multiplier. It's 50 times that of God, which is huge. On top of the fact that Goku can just train the multiplier and get it even higher. So yeah, it's ridiculous. Goku has a Super Saiyan God, and even Super Saiyan 4, which is a little bit weaker, can already beat Golden Frieza. Goku has a Super Saiyan Blue, can one-shot Golden Frieza all day long with his eyes closed. So Goku likes to hold off, and he likes to see Frieza's full power, as that's his downside, but it's also his plus. He would fight Golden Frieza Super Saiyan 4, and Frieza would, of course, keep up with Goku. The fight was pretty similar to how he was as a Super Saiyan Blue in the original, but Goku would then begin to power up into his God form, and Frieza was also starting to lose energy. Well, I think what happened here is Vegeta would then cut in because he wants his turn, so Goku would respect it and allow it, and Vegeta would then go Super Saiyan Blue. The one downside, though, was Vegeta would then drop his guard when Frieza was on the ground defeated, and the planet would still blow up. But Whis luckily saved everybody, and he would still reverse time a couple of minutes, so they can go back and beat Frieza. Now, Goku was in Super Saiyan Blue by this point. He would have powered up and completely annihilated Frieza with a Kamehameha Blast, and so Frieza was defeated. So now that there was peace on Earth, Goku and Vegeta would still continue their training, and Goku would be training in his forms. Now, Vegeta's angry because Kakarot is way stronger than him, especially when they transform. In base form, they are comparable, but in transformations, Goku surpasses him, so Vegeta needs to find a way to break past his limits and get even stronger to keep up with Kakarot. They already have Super Saiyan Blue, but even that stupid Super Saiyan 4 and God transformation is relative to Vegeta. And Super Saiyan Blue is 50 times that, so what's Vegeta supposed to do? Well, during the Universe 6 arc, When Champa and Beerus would then go at each other on who's better, and they would then battle their universes, Beerus is very cocky because of how strong Goku actually is. He's very confident that Goku will annihilate the entire competition. So they decide to go for it. And it's the same exact lineup as before. We would have Goku meet up first, and he would fight Potamo, and he would easily win. And then this is when Goku would fight Frost. Now, Frost would still poison Goku and knock him out of the ring. If you remember, Goku was not ready for it, and he was cheating. It was a concealed blade. So what's Goku going to do? So Goku was knocked out for the next couple rounds. Now, Piccolo would try to fight in for Goku, and yes, Piccolo, I think, would have been knocked out. Gohan would step in, maybe, but I don't think so. I think it'd be the same lineup. And the reason why I say this is because Gohan is spending time with Videl because of Han, so he's kind of slacking off on that, but he is still keeping up his training. He's not slouching, but he's more focused on family time than fighting. Well, Vegeta would then tell Piccolo to drop out, and Piccolo does. Vegeta would instantly knock out Frost, who was found out that he was cheating, and then Vegeta would then go on to fight Magetta, defeat him after an intense battle with the Final Flash, and he would also fight Kaba. So Vegeta would still fight Kaba, make him go Super Saiyan, and he would turn Super Saiyan Blue, beating him. That was Vegeta's biggest mistake, was turning blue. Now when Vegeta goes to fight Hit, Vegeta was already a little tired, but when he goes blue again, Vegeta does make a fatal mistake. If you remember, we stated himself that Super Saiyan Blue is not a transformation that you can just go in and out of. So, once when you do that, Vegeta's only using 1/3 of his actual strength because of his stamina is so low in Super Saiyan Blue because he went in and out of the form. And that's where you messed up. The battle with Hit would have gone the exact same for Vegeta. Now you could say that Vegeta's a little bit stronger because of Goku's strength is higher in his forms, which is true. But even if Vegeta was even twice as strong, Hit would have defeated him. Hit has his time skip ability, Vegeta was not ready for it, and Hit would, and even if Vegeta could maybe almost catch his time skip, where he could catch it, Hit would just adapt and defeat Vegeta, and Vegeta's stamina was already on the bad end anyway, so Vegeta would have lost. So yes, Vegeta would have taken the L once again. But Goku would then step up and he would go to fight Hit. Goku would then go into a Super Saiyan 4 state, and he would then begin battling Hit. Hit was impressed by this form's power as Goku was able to keep up, as he saw Hit's ability and he knew what Hit can do. Goku would then go Super Saiyan God, increasing his strength even higher, and his battle with Hit would be pretty similar to how he was in Super Saiyan Blue, but Hit would begin progressing and getting stronger and adapting, so his time skip was only getting faster. And so, Goku would start to get overpowered until Goku would then go Super Saiyan Blue. Once when he goes Super Saiyan Blue, it's already game over. Champa was shocked to see how strong Goku was, as Goku's over 50 to 60 times stronger than the original, even 100 times stronger, or thousands if you want to admit it. Goku's ridiculously strong. It's literally insane. He would have easily overpowered Hit's time skip. He can't even keep up. Goku would have knocked Hit out of the ring and won the whole tournament, and that means that Beerus wins the Super Dragon Balls. Well, Zeno would still appear like the original, and Goku would still be Zeno. And with meeting Zeno, he promises to hang out with him soon. So that would all go down the same. Now, what about the Goku Black Arc? The Goku Black Arc would play a little bit differently. Well, Goku Black is the original version of Goku Black. It wouldn't make sense to make him a what-if version of Goku. Maybe in some instances, but it would be weird to kind of mix this version of Goku Black since the timeline where Goku was in the what-if wouldn't make a lot of sense. So this is the original version of Goku Black. And this also would make sense because we started off with the original version of Trunks' timeline. So why would Goku Black be different? Well, Goku Black would have still arrived, and yes, Trunks would have escaped, met Goku. Even Goku going Super Saiyan 3 would shock Trunks and show him that, yeah, he's easily strong enough to beat Goku Black. Goku in Super Saiyan 2 was able to easily overpower Goku Black with relative ease. Goku Black was actually pretty comparable to Goku in the original, but since Super Saiyan 2 is way stronger than even Super Saiyan 3, yeah, Goku Black would have been easily overpowered and nearly killed by Goku, but he was pulled back into the original future timeline. Well, Goku, Trunks, and Vegeta, they would still go to the future where Goku Black was. Now, mind you, one difference here is when Goku goes to fight Zamasu. Like the original, when he meets Zamasu and spars with him, Zamasu even sees how strong even Super Saiyan or Super Saiyan 2 is, and it shocks him. So that, I guess, would still give him the motivation to turn evil and swap bodies with Goku. It probably would, but he realizes that this version of Goku is not as strong, but he needs to train the body. Well, so Zamasu would still turn evil, and Beerus would have Hakai'd him, but it didn't really matter, because I guess Zamasu already swapped bodies. It's a whole confusing thing. Goku Black would have still recruited another version of Zamasu, and that version of Zamasu would then get immortality. It was a whole confusing plot. It was horribly written, by the way. Horribly written. Well, they're pretty much the same scenes, but then all go the same. Once when they go to the future, and they would fight Goku Black first. While Vegeta wants to fight Goku Black, he would then step up, turn Super Saiyan Blue, outclassing him until Goku Black goes Rose, and Vegeta would then get stabbed. Now, Vegeta was mortally wounded. This is when Zamasu would then appear. Well, Goku doesn't have a choice, but they have to bring Vegeta back because he's mortally wounded, he'll die. They would then go back to the past, and once Vegeta was fully recovered, they would then spend some time training Trunks. As Goku was more than ready to go, Vegeta would also spend a time inside the Room of Spirit and Time. Once when he was out of there, they would then go back to the future one last time. This time they would also have the Supreme Kai as well, and Gowasu as well, just like before. As now, this is when Goku Black would be easily overpowered by Vegeta. But now, even though Zamasu was being slapped around by Goku and even Trunks, they then realize that they're on the losing end. Once when they merge into Merge Zamasu, Goku would then see that it's time to go all out. Goku would then go Super Saiyan Blue, and the fight would be very intense. I would say the match would be very similar to how Perfected Blue Goku fought Merge Zamasu in the manga. If you ever seen that battle, it's one of my favorite battles ever in Dragon Ball, actually. They did it really well in the manga. Goku would then showcase Blue Kaioken. He would then transform, going times 10, and easily overpower Merge Zamasu, and with the help of Trunks, as Goku was distracting him with the Kamehameha, they would then completely incinerate his body. But now, of course, this means that Zamasu is now surrounding the entire universe. Goku would still have his Zeno button, so he would still summon Zeno and destroy that timeline, thus bringing Trunks and Mai to a copy of that other timeline. So now Trunks is now living in peace, and things are brought back to normal for Trunks. One thing that I never realized is, what if Goku could not have defeated him earlier? He could have if he wanted to, but that would go against Goku's whole character of killing Goku Black before it even would happen. Goku was kind of just sparring with him lightly, and Goku Black was about to die, but he was then sent back in time. So that's the whole explanation for that one, just for some people who were a little bit confused, as if Goku's so powerful, why didn't he just kill Goku Black when he even started? And of course he wouldn't have killed Zamasu, because Zamasu's immortal. In the original version of Zamasu, Goku wasn't looking to kill anybody. He thought Zamasu was a good guy. So that's the whole reasoning, as they were just investigating the time rings, as that was the whole confusion about it. Well, now that that's cleared up, what about the Tournament of Power? Well, Zeno was still promised by Goku to have a tournament, as they would then set it up. Goku would still get the same team as the original, so yes, Frieza is still in there. Now, the events of the Tournament of Power, I think, would play a lot differently. As you know, since some of the beings are stronger, Gohan has continued his training. He's actually pushed himself even further, of course, now that Pan's around, but mainly because of the tournament, he's ready to go. Vegeta's stronger than the original, and of course you have Son Goku, who is ridiculously strong. Well, the first matchup that we saw originally was when Jiren was preparing to go fight Goku. That was the first, main serious matchup. Of course, Goku did fight Kale and Caulifla, but he was holding back, and they were really just kind of going at it a little bit. Not really anything too crazy, though. But Jiren's the biggest threat. Well, now that Jiren was then preparing to fight Goku, because remember, they originally saw there in the exhibition matches when Goku fought Toppo, they actually saw how dangerous Goku was. Goku in Super Saiyan 4 or in Super Saiyan God could have defeated Toppo, no issue, and he was going to. Even if Goku went overkill and showed off Super Saiyan Blue, they would have seen how strong Goku was. It was ridiculous. And Goku's only continued to increase his form's power as he continues training. Well, now that Jiren was ready to fight Goku, Goku originally, when he went Super Saiyan, it would pretty much do the same as Super Saiyan 3 would have, which would pretty much move Jiren's head a little bit more to the side once he hit him. Goku goes Super Saiyan 2, it might knock Jiren back a few inches, but Jiren was still staying still. Goku, when he goes Super Saiyan 3, might be able to knock Jiren around, but Jiren was now really just using his finger to block his attack. When he goes Super Saiyan 4, this is when it would knock Jiren around. So Super Saiyan 4 and God are comparable to blue multipliers by this point. Blue's even further than that, by the way. Well, Super Saiyan 4, he'd be able to knock Jiren around, and they would then go at it. But Jiren was still overpowering Goku, as Goku was still getting beaten by Jiren. Well, Goku would then go into his God form, which is a couple times stronger than his Super Saiyan 4 state. This would fare a little bit better, but against Jiren, what's that going to do? Goku even tried Kaioken times 20, which makes him 20 times stronger, and Jiren was still slapping him around even worse than before. So it didn't matter. So when he was Super Saiyan God, he was being pretty overpowered. Now, when Goku would then go Super Saiyan Blue, he would fare much better against Jiren, because this is a 50 times increase against Super Saiyan God. But remember, he can train the multiplier to be even stronger. That was the original multiplier years ago. I would say by this point, it's probably a couple hundred times stronger, which is ridiculous. And it's actually really ridiculous if you think about it. That would basically mean that if that 50 times multiplier to Super Saiyan God, Vegeta, when he went Super Saiyan Blue Evolution compared to God, it'd be 1,000. But yeah, let's just say that Goku's a lot more powerful than Blue Evolution Vegeta, easily by this point. His power in Super Saiyan Blue by itself is easily comparable to the second time that he went Ultra Instinct against Kefla, which is a huge increase in power, thousands of times stronger. He would actually fare a lot better against Jiren, but unfortunately, Jiren is still holding back. Jiren would then use more of his power, and he would defeat Goku. Goku does have one upside: Kaioken. Goku would then use Kaioken times 20, getting even 20 times stronger than that, and he would also use the Spirit Bomb. This would force Jiren to then use his full power, not his Limit Breaker, and this would then cause the Spirit Bomb to crack, turning black and almost looks like a black hole. Goku would then lose his energy, and he would then fall in to this black hole, and it would cause a massive explosion, as Goku was overwhelmed by the power. Remember, this Spirit Bomb is even stronger than the original one because of Goku's insane strength. And also, too, the Z Fighters are even stronger than the original because they've kept their training up, especially with Gohan and so on, even Piccolo and Vegeta. Well, even though the Spirit Bomb was stronger, Jiren would have to use his full strength, but he would have defeated it, and Goku would then fall into the Spirit Bomb. They thought that Goku died, but it wasn't Jiren's fault, it was the Spirit Bomb. Well, before Zena would then click out Goku, this would then cause the entire arena to begin shaking. Goku would then transform into Ultra Instinct. Now, Goku was new to the power, so his melee attacks were not very powerful, but this version is so powerful, it's ridiculous. Now, Goku, as he's fighting, is getting stronger. This was stated by Whis, as Ultra Instinct is classed as a technique among gods, but Goku's not a god or a divine being. So to use that divine technique, he has to use it as a form. This is similar to Toppo, who can use Hakai energy, but he taps into his God of Destruction mode, or Vegeta when he has to use Ultra Ego, a God of Destruction technique, but he has to use it as a form to handle the power, because he's still mortal. That's how it works for mortals. Well, Goku, as he uses this form, he's refining the technique, making it stronger. Long story short, the more that he uses Ultra Instinct and he continues fighting, that multiplier is continuing to rise rapidly. And this was even stated by Whis, as every punch, every dodge, he's getting stronger, sharper, and faster. He's getting more precise. So Goku's getting stronger in the form. So Ultra Instinct is literally a non-stop multiplier rise. If you start fighting and your multiplier was 10, it'll go 11, 12, 15, 20, 30. That's how it's working. So when Jiren first fights Goku, Goku's still learning the power, but that first initial hit would actually knock Jiren through multiple pillars. And now when the fight does begin, Goku was able to push Jiren back really well, forcing Jiren to use his full power once again. And as Goku was fighting Jiren, Goku would then force Jiren to relive his past. Now, Goku knows that he is running out of time, and before Jiren could have utilized his full strength, his Limit Breaker form, Goku would have then hit him with a powerful blast. Goku would then hit Jiren with everything that he had, and it would then knock Jiren out of the ring. As Jiren did not have time to power up to his limit breaking form, Goku would have defeated him. But now Goku has now lost the power, and he would almost fall unconscious. Now, Frieza originally would help Goku, and I still think he would. And Goku has no clue what that power was. Now, since Hit was never knocked out, same with some other people, but we're doing the same, well, I would really like to see Gohan or somebody fighting Hit, but I would probably see Vegeta have a rematch against Hit and fight him once again. Vegeta would have Blue Evolution early because he has more motivation because of Goku, and he would have defeated him. Well, since now Hit was defeated, what about Kefla? This is when I think we would see Gohan fighting Kefla like how he did in the manga. And Gohan would be pushed by Kefla so hard that this would then make Gohan snap as he doesn't want to lose Pan or Videl. This would then make Beast Gohan come out because he's training more, so he would come out early. Now that Beast Gohan was there, he would easily defeat Kefla, knocking her out of the ring. As for Toppo, Vegeta would have already defeated Toppo because even though his Blue Evolution, he is stronger than the original, so Toppo would have been defeated. Or Beast Gohan could have defeated him as well. Well, now there's only small scrappings left. The only real major threat is Anilaza, which Goku would have gotten his energy up by that point, and they would have been able to all team up and defeat Anilaza and any other threat that stands in their way, so they would have won the Tournament of Power with a lot of members left. Well, they would have still given the wish to Gohan, who is the team leader. Gohan would then wish for all the universes that were destroyed to be brought back, which is what Zeno foresaw. Because if Zeno did, then he would have destroyed everything, so that wish had to happen. Well, now that there was peace, he was ready to go back home, and there was finally peace among all the 12 universes once again. But now Goku definitely wants to fight Jiren again, and he wants to use that Ultra Instinct power even more. Well, as Goku would continue training under Whis, he would start to learn how to use his power more and more. Now, what about Broly? Frieza was still brought back to life, so Frieza's still there. Frieza would have still found Broly and Paragus with Apachila and Lemo. He would have still gone to Earth and used Broly to attack Goku and Vegeta. That would have gone the same. But one difference here is Vegeta would also have Super Saiyan 3, Blue, and so on. But Broly was only getting stronger. True, Vegeta is a little bit stronger than the original, but against Akari Broly, Vegeta was getting overwhelmed. Once when Goku powers up, even Goku in Super Saiyan 4, or in a version of even Super Saiyan 3, if you want to even lowball it, he would be able to push back Ikari Broly. If he went Super Saiyan God and above, Ikari Broly would have been overpowered, so you can say that Goku was in Super Saiyan 4 fighting Ikari Broly. This would then cause Frieza to then kill Paragus to make Broly go into a Super Saiyan. This would overpower Goku initially until Goku would then go Super Saiyan Blue. As a Super Saiyan Blue, he was actually able to fend off Broly and actually defeat him in their matchup with the full power Kamehameha. Now Chi-Lai would have still sent Broly back to his world. Well, now that that was done and Broly was defeated, there was now peace, and Goku wants to continue training Broly, so he would have brought Broly and Chi-Lai and Lemo to Beerus' world so they can continue up their training. Now we do have the Moro arc, and the issue with Moro is if Moro does escape, and even if he does retain his youth, Goku would have Ultra Instinct. Goku would have easily mastered the form by this point, and even if he didn't, the multiplier would have been so high that Moro would have been defeated. Goku would have defeated him either way. And sadly, that's just the way it would go. The Moro arc would kind of go a little similar. I think initially they would get overpowered because of his magic, but once when they realize it, even if Goku does tap into Ultra Instinct, he would have easily annihilated Moro and he would have defeated him. Since remember, Ultra Instinct is so much stronger than it originally is, he would have won. And with the help of Beerus, Goku would also learn how to use Perfected Ultra Instinct over time. Thus, it would have been complete overkill. Moro would have gotten defeated easily. So yeah, Moro was defeated. Now, what about the superhero movie? Well, the superhero movie did happen. You would have Piccolo who would still unlock his orange form. Gohan already has Beast. And Mystic Gohan's overkill. They would have defeated the both Gammas. If Cell Max would have still appeared, Gohan would just go Beast form, and he would have easily defeated Cell Max. And even Mystic Gohan probably could beat Cell Max because of how strong Gohan is. He's continuing to train. He's not stopping. So yeah, Beast Gohan's just overkill. But yeah, Cell Max would have lost, and it could have even saved the other Gamma, so Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 is saved. Well, now that that was done, what about the Granola arc? The Granola arc would still happen, he would still wish to become the most powerful being. Once when he fights Goku and Vegeta, it's not much of a problem first, until if Vegeta goes blue, and especially when Goku goes Super Saiyan blue, he's annihilating Granola. Granola is getting stronger, but he's aging faster. And if Goku goes Ultra Instinct, it's literally overkill. Granola would start aging like how Gas did, looking very frail. And Gas would appear, and he would probably kill Granola in one strike like how Frieza did, giving him the Frieza treatment. And now that Granola was killed, Gas would have already made his wish. Well, the downside with that is he would start aging very fast, because now he's even stronger and aging faster than Granola did. Well, Goku would have unlocked true Ultra Instinct, making him even stronger than Ultra Ego Vegeta, and he would have completely annihilated Gas in their fight, until Frieza would then show up. I think Gas would be almost bones by this point, and yeah, Frieza would have one-shot him. Now, the one difference here is when Frieza goes into his black form, what is Goku and Vegeta supposed to do? They can't stop Frieza, as Frieza is very powerful. This is when I think that Goku would then utilize the full power of True Ultra Instinct, and he would continue fighting Frieza, but Frieza was a bit too strong. And Frieza was still stronger than Goku. Although Goku's getting stronger, Frieza would have defeated him. Frieza's prepared for this moment for 10 years. Goku would have been knocked back. Goku does have one option, and he tells Vegeta. Frieza does not know about fusion. He doesn't know that Goku and Vegeta have the fusion dance. But Goku knows about it. Remember, he's on a King Kai's. He knows about it. So, Goku would now tell Vegeta all about it. Remember, he's teleported to King Kai's world to train and mess around King Kai. He would have met the Metamorians over the 7 years of his training, even if he was alive on Earth. So yeah, he still knows about the fusion dance. He would have told Vegeta about it and taught him how to do it while Frieza was looking for them. They would then do the fusion. As Vegeta was now in his Ultra Ego state, Goku was in his True Ultra Instinct, they were equal in power. They would then transform. As now Gogeta was absurdly busted. Even Beerus could sense the power, and Frieza was shocked to see how strong they were. He was not prepared for them to be able to fuse. He didn't know that was possible. He did see those two Saiyans do it, but they had the Kai earrings, and he didn't think that Goku Vegeta had those. But nope, they had the dance. So now Gogeta would then fight Black Frieza, and it was a very tough battle. I think that Black Frieza would nearly be killed by Gogeta with the Big Bang Kamehameha, but the fusion would then separate. And now Goku and Vegeta are back to normal. Well, Goku and Vegeta barely have any energy, same with Frieza, but Goku realizes, look, Frieza's injured too badly. His energy is dropping fast. You see it, Vegeta? This means that if we continue on fighting, he'll lose enough energy and we can defeat him if we can hold off. And so that's what they would do. And Beerus was watching as well from far off, as he's loved seeing the drama. He loves tea. The battle was very intense. But with Goku and Vegeta's help, and using some Earthling techniques on Frieza that was not ready for it, they'll be able to stall Frieza, who was too injured. They would then capitalize on this, as while Goku was severely wounded, being held by Frieza, about to be killed, Vegeta was knocked on the ground, and Frieza thought that Vegeta was gone. Frieza dropped his guard. He was too focused on Goku to kill him. Vegeta would then appear behind Frieza and punch right through his chest, as Frieza dropped his guard, and he was weak enough. As Vegeta would then drop out of his Ultra Ego state, landing on his base form, Frieza would then fall over in agony, as Frieza would then die. This would then end Frieza's reign, as he was now eliminated. And that is it for this finale, you guys. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm glad that you guys really enjoyed the series. It was a lot of fun to make this, and it was very difficult because of the 4 multipliers, but yeah, Goku would just be absurdly powerful. Thank you all so much for the support, and thank you all to the new members who have joined the channel. I've seen a big flux of you guys all jumping in, joining as members, which is fantastic. And it's actually been recently because of my new Ultra Instinct video that I did, where I am going to start remastering some of my original What If ideas into my current time. Thank you all so much for the support. You guys are the absolute best. I really do appreciate everything that you guys do. Let's get to 50,000 subscribers, and I'll talk to you on the next one. Peace.
Go team.